Charming flat.
And it's all paid for by me.
Don't be sensitive, Miss Weldon. There's no need.
Well, you don't expect me to feel entirely comfortable when someone of your rank pays social calls on the minor fry. Is it social?
Partly. But wholly unofficial. I want you to apply for a transfer from the National Export Board tomorrow.
What?
A transfer. Tomorrow. But by all means, pour yourself a drink, Miss Weldon. I'll have one too. Whiskey for me, please.
Would it, would it be too obvious if I said I didn't understand?
Not at all. I'd be surprised if you did. The National Export Board is about to be dissolved. Merged will be the term used, of course. It's fulfilled a useful function, but that's now over. It's also becoming noisy.
And therefore embarrassing.
I'm glad you've noticed. So have other people. I've had a glimpse of the odd cabinet draft.
Meaning you prepared them?
My department was involved, naturally. The Treasury might suit you, Miss Weldon.
A transfer to the Treasury and in return for a tacit vote of no confidence in my present job.
Direct. One can see you're a friend of John Wilder.
What about Caswell Bligh?
He had his chance a year ago when he accepted the chairmanship. It didn't work. Is that for me?
Oh, yes. He goes down with the ship and I get first pick of the lifeboats. Why?
Because of what you and I, as civil servants, represent, Miss Weldon. 4 centuries of unostentatious power. We can squash the freebooters, the Wilders, the Blighs, without even moving from our drab chairs. The politicians and the tycoons have all the trappings, of course. Expensive offices, gaudy speeches, the glow of self-importance. We have the power. Trappings are nothing, a mere ritual puppet dance. We hold the strings. You have a chance now to take a firmer grip.
Poor Caswell.
Reinforcing should fix that.
Yes, the surveyors can see this tomorrow.
Oh.
Good. Now, what else is there?
Well, we need John's signature on these subcontracts.
No, that's a formality.
What? He doesn't think we need re-driven piling on these jobs. Too expensive.
One of the fragments of technical knowledge he picked up somewhere and trots out like a proverb. And all you have to do is to show him alternative costs. God, I'm tired.
You know, we should join a union. Hell, I'd settle for a 40-hour weekend. Negotiate the rest of the week separately.
Well, not this year. See, we're 30% up. John gets contracts, I run them. Sorry, we run them. Sorry. And Caswell keeps his nose out.
Yes, I don't wish to burst your bright bubble.
Yeah, I know, it may not last. For a while it does, let's enjoy it.
You still here? All you two need is an Alsatian and we can dispense with the security people. Anything special?
Well, lots of work, as usual.
Conscientiousness, John, not conspiracy.
Well, I've received a message from on high, from our worthy founder. He's seen the review of contracts.
At last.
He doesn't think they're selective enough.
Well, how would he know, buried over at the National Export Board?
I agree with him.
You what? Look, you picked most of them.
I changed my mind. On principle. Too many subcontracts. Or something. We'll go into it tomorrow. Good night. End of bubble. Pop.
Caswell Blythe's just put in his chairman's report. You knew that, of course.
I had heard about it. It's upsetting quite a lot of people. Caswell's always managed to combine a preference for utopia with an ignorance of financial realities.
Well, he's made the combination convincing. Anyhow, it's not utopian, it's what needs doing.
You sound like a voter, Miss Weldon, confusing the smoke screen of recommendation with the feasible path of action. Oh, the National Export Board's a safety valve. It always was from the start. Most of these boards are convenient blowholes for suppressed idealism.
John Wilder must be glad he didn't take the chairman's job when it was offered him.
Far-sighted, you mean, and forewarned.
He can't possibly have known.
I assure you he did, hence Caswell's appointment. Was it Wilder said at the time? Who do we know who'd like to buy a dead horse?
The unions will throw it out. I can promise you that.
And industry. The whole thing is grossly impractical.
Read it, give it a chance. And cut my own throat? Not likely. No one expected you to like it. No one wanted you to like it. But this is the report that's gone to the minister.
My federation will file a disclaimer.
Disclaim what the hell you like. This is what's gone in. Well, I propose an unconditional rejection. A vote on it. I propose a vote.
You can't. This isn't a formal meeting.
Then let us make it formal.
Too late. This is your chairman's report.
I wish to dissociate myself completely from that.
Well, the door isn't locked.
Thank you, Sir John.
Well, that'll be all, gentlemen. But these are your words in here, your evidence, chapter and verse. I'll make you stick to them.
Well, at least it was a short meeting.
Oh, I'm tired of talk, tired of the babble and the hair-splitting.
I noticed.
Well, they can't stop me now.
How to increase exports. Extend existing dock facilities. Create a new international port. Ban by law restrictive practices in 4 unions. And price rigging by 2 trade federations. Establish a graded scale of tax rebates for exported goods. Introduce compulsory management training. Well, there are not many toes that you've forgotten to tread on.
All true, John. All necessary.
Don't expect any medals on that score.
Well, I'm seeing the minister this afternoon. It's all here. And I did it.
You're being very inquisitive, Charles. For you sound like Fothergill, the family solicitor.
Concerned for your welfare, and the future, and that sort of thing.
You'll be reading my palm next.
Why not? Someone close to you is about to extricate himself from other emotional involvements.
If you mean that John is chucking that schoolmarm civil service, lady, why didn't you say so? I'm not surprised.
Could be the other way around.
I'll remember whose foot the boot was on.
See that you do.
I will. Go on.
Someone close to you is also experiencing difficulties with his career. Be very careful about your own personal finances and whom you believe or trust.
That's enough, Madam Charles. I've no intention of letting John lose my money for me.
Good.
And if there are any other messages, could we have them decoded, please? Or are you finally joining the long queue of people waiting for John with a hatchet?
No hatchets. I don't dislike John. I merely dislike the fact that he should be married to you.
Well, the message was marked urgent, so here I am. I see you've provided the champagne.
So you thought, on with the dance?
Well, we all make mistakes. I can't exactly see you setting up house with a lackey from the Auditor General's department.
You haven't asked me why I'm on leave today.
Well, no need of that madhouse at the NEB this morning.
Oh, there's more to it than that.
Oh?
I'm transferring out of the NEB altogether.
Very wise decision.
And one I could have made a year ago. If you'd told me.
You wouldn't have believed me.
I'd have liked the chance. A dead horse, you called it. And you were right.
Ah. Granger.
Who else?
Caswell was always a long shot. You knew that. It might have come off.
I'll do that. You watched me waste a year. You used me when you could, but you never told me. Your small, private joke.
Oh, don't whine, Susan. If you're going to make a scene at this hour of the afternoon, I'd like some brandy in that.
Well, nobody cares anymore what you want or don't want. Once I loved you. Now I'm nearly grateful to you for all the grasping, opportunist lessons. Hence the champagne. Next week, I'll probably feel sick at the sight of you.
Oh, for God's sake, Susan. This isn't the sixth form at St. Hilda's.
In fact, I'm feeling a little sick already. End of message.
Delighted to see you, Minister. Granger, please sit down. Well, let me say immediately, Mr. Bligh, that you produced a most impressive report. You ought to be congratulated.
Thank you.
It makes my present task doubly difficult.
Perhaps I could explain, Minister. The Treasurer is usually cast as the villain of the piece.
I don't think we can discuss the report, Charles.
Well, that's what I'm here to do.
As you know, Mr. Bligh, we've had to veer between two economic policies, expansionist and restrictionist.
Adding up to the same thing, a mess.
The aim was a gradual leveling out.
Will somebody tell me, Minister, what this double talk is about?
It's been decided at cabinet level to take a close look at the functions of the various boards. A coordination, if you like.
Oh, with the Treasury holding the gun. If you can't afford it this year, to hell with the future. They're bound to take notice of this report.
We're not talking about your report, Mr. Bligh.
What then?
We're winding up the National Export Board.
You can't.
I'm afraid we have to.
It's just beginning to work.
In isolation, not as part of a modern technological team.
The Minister feels that the recommendations could tally more closely with current economic realities.
The penny counters finally won.
It's naturally been a very great personal disappointment to me.
What, disappointment to you? What do you know about it? I've had my neck on the block for a year. I've made more enemies than you'll ever know about. I've let a good business go its way. But I got this. And it's worth it.
I've been asked to express the appreciation at high level of your energy and tenacity, and the very great contribution you made to the success of the National Export Board.
Contribution. Success. And so you wind it up. Finish.
There are some unpalatable political facts, Caswell. This is one of them.
We hope to pay tangible tribute to your work very shortly.
The tin medal and the fancy sash, keep them. All I wanted to do was a job, not decorations.
Oh, perhaps a seat on the new coordinated board?
The spade parrot squawking with the rest of the hair splitters. No, thank you, Minister.
Oh, I'm sorry you should take it like this, Mr. Bligh, but I certainly know how you must feel.
Oh, no, you don't.
Your other appointment, Minister?
Oh, yeah. I must go now, Mr. Bligh. I just wanted to tell you the news personally. I hope we can be in touch very soon.
Go back to industry, Caswell. You're not an honest man, but you're too honest for this business. There aren't any medals for the truth.
I know. Wilder warned me.
I'm sure he did. About 12 months too late.
What?
He knew this was going to happen a year ago, when he was offered the job.
I'm sorry about the early start, Don, but I'm seeing Ryan at 9.
What, without John's signature?
No, you can find some other spanner to throw in the works. We need re-driven piling on those jobs.
Well, Ryan will give us a week anyway.
Well, perhaps we might look at the schedule now. What on earth?
Come in. As you can see, I'm back.
It certainly looks like it.
And I need access to files. Kenneth, I'm afraid you'll have to share with Henderson and Weil until my own office is ready again.
Well, the National Export Board will love that.
The National Export Board is finished.
Well, I'm sorry, but at least you observe some of the formalities. Like notifying the Bly board.
Notify be damned. I built this firm, I own it. And that's one formality that no one can argue with. Now, I'm in a hurry. There are a lot of things to do. Now, to start with, you can cancel this rubbish about re-driven piling and subcontract. I'm not slicing cake with parasites.
Happy days are here again.
What did you say?
I said quite distinctly, Caswell, happy days are here again. We'd grown quite used to discussion.
If you don't like it, you can get out.
That attitude doesn't come as a sudden shock.
Father, you can't just come in here and ride roughshod over 6 months.
Can't I? Who's going to stop me? I've had a year of kid gloves and mealy-mouthed committees and lick-spittle politicians. Now, a year is enough. Now, I'm back to run things.
I wouldn't advise complete liquidity, Pamela. One must tie up some capital for long-term gain.
You'll just have to humour me, Gordon. Really. You know, I'm not one of your dilettante ladies trying to fill in an hour before a hairdressing appointment.
Quite honestly, I wish you were.
I know how much money I have. I just want to make sure that I can lay my hands on it quickly if I have to.
Very well, I'll concentrate on negotiables for you. Is it likely to be permanent?
It may not even be necessary, so you needn't worry your benign old long-term head about it.
Perhaps you could tell me...
No, Gordon, you'll just have to humour me.
It would be easy, normally. And if Charles Granger hadn't telephoned, of course, there may be no connection.
Between what and what?
The NEB's folding up. Caswell Bly's blaming John for it.
Oh. So that's what it was all about.
You should have let us know, Caswell. We've arranged a suitable carpet and a band. So the NEB is finished. Pity.
Not really. No point in flogging a dead horse, is there?
Well, I've known some live ones where it was a waste of time. So I can take it that you're back here for good.
Oh, yes. You can also take it that you're out. Nobody sells me shoddy goods.
The NEB was a chance. You took it, you lost.
Just as you lose. I'll shift you, Wilder. It'll be my first job. I'll shift you publicly and nastily. The only difference between us is that I'm giving you fair warning.
And Albertson's too, I hope.
Their 30% won't help you. It's not enough. Now, I'm running this company. It's mine.
Portrait of an old-time tycoon. Lie down, Caswell, you're dead.
Caswell's been back about 5 hours. He's managed to put the block in about 6 months' work.
His way or nothing. Did you cancel the Ryan jobs?
Well, I'm seeing Ryan for dinner.
Well, we could push them through backdated. If we had John's signature. And if Caswell didn't find out.
Oh, he'd find out. I mean, you've heard him. He's deaf and blind and stubborn, but, oh, no, he doesn't miss anything. I've been there before, remember. The road's familiar. The only thing is, I may be a little too old and tired to walk it again.
Could be temporary.
No, Castle won't change.
There'll be bloody murder between him and John. Bound to be.
Yes.
Well, I don't want any of it, Ken. One of them, yes. Both know I've had the human shuttlecock act.
What will you do?
Now? Oh, get falling down drunk. Do some of my best thinking from the horizontal.
I may join you. I meant after that.
I'm out, Kenneth. I lost my appetite for dog fighting. To be truthful about it, I don't think I ever had the appetite in the first place.
Barkworth Wilder.
He had a sudden urge to go to Italy, and I don't blame him.
Ah, it won't concern him much longer. Nor will it come as news to you two that there's going to be a major reorganization here. No more fancy titles like project director.
Oh, just when I got used to it.
And no separation of projects. Somebody's gone paper happy.
Well, that's ridiculous. How else do we analyze them?
The one set of figures will do me. You're in.
Oh. You'll be storing the profits under the mattress next.
If I want to. And while you're both here, no more lunchtime boozing. I want that understood.
Well, that does it.
Where are you going?
To take 2 aspirin and hand in my Band of Hope badge, in that order.
Well, that's good riddance to one of them. Ken, we'd better have a long talk this evening. Clear up some of this mess.
No, I'm going out.
Oh, cancel it.
No, it is after office hours, Father. I made an appointment.
Oh, office hours are for tea boys.
Very well, I'll meet you here at 10:30.
No, not here. Home. Jayston will give me dinner.
If it's office business, I'd rather we discussed it here.
We'll discuss it when and where I say. 10:30 then.
John? Don, you're out late, aren't you? I'm out. Full stop. I thought I'd let you know first. My resignation's in the post. Your own choice. Oh, yes. Just. Caswell's playing Hitler, and I'm a sort of voluntary Sudetenland, the first to go. You think that I'll be next? It's no secret. How's Kenneth taking it? Not well. He won't go back to playing lackey, and I don't know what else he can do. Grow up, perhaps. Can I give you a lift? No, I've got my car. Thanks for coming. Good luck, John.
This is the last call for passengers for flight BE406 to Rome. Will passengers please proceed through gate 6?
Don't worry about it, Kenneth. You get indigestion.
But you've been promised those contracts. 2 years' work for Ryans.
Oh, we'll manage. One of the advantages of not being a colossus like Bly's. I run the show. We're a solid profit-sharing scheme. So we drop a contract or two and I go fishing. Nobody starves.
All the same.
I'm not bent on an early grave, boy. Last thing I want on my tombstone is ambition killed him.
Oh, come off it, Joe. You work as hard as anybody in the business.
Ah, good. Fine. A successful confidence stick.
Not you.
Don't worry. I'll get out when the time comes.
What's your job turnover now? Round figures.
Oh, no. No round figures. 20% up on last year. 80 on 5 years ago.
Joe, how long have you known me?
Well, about 20 years, I suppose.
Then give me the figures. This is as far as they'll go. It's important. I'll tell you why in a minute.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Nightcap to end all nightcaps. Like drinking it out of the bottle.
We need something potent to dissolve all that airline food.
How was the trip?
Interesting.
I hear Caswell's back.
At full volume.
Back?
It's not exactly children's hour. It also means that I'm out, according to Caswell.
But he can't do that, not without good reason.
He's got the best reason in the world. He owns 55% of Bly's. It's his. The ultimate weapon. Nothing beats it.
You can't stop him. Not even you?
No. Not with that amount of ownership pointing at me. I lose. The only question left is how badly.
What will you do?
There's still some irons left in the fire. Let's hope that the fire doesn't go out.
I saw Rebbage today. My money's all free. I mean, I can get at it quickly if you want it.
No. No, Pamela. No golden apron strings. Just me and Caswell. Thanks anyway.
Midnight. Where the hell is he?
He's seeing Joe Ryan, and they tend to gossip.
I told him 10:30.
Oh, easy now, Cass. He's left school, you know. It isn't his fault the NEB folded.
No, it's mine. I should have known better than to get into the same cage as that bunch of political monkeys. Where have you been?
You shouldn't have waited up.
Well?
Father, this is my own house, and I come and go as I wish. It is not the office. If you want to talk business, you can see me there.
He's right, Cass. Come on, let me make up your bed.
Spare bed.
This afternoon, I told you...
I know what you told me. One day, you might try asking.
Ask you?
No, I suppose not, no. No, I'm 20 years too late. Like an old photograph, and it'll never change.
Well, never mind the philosophy. We're wasting time.
You may be. I'm going to bed.
Oh, yes. No wonder Bly's has got so sloppy.
Well, no, I won't have that. Look at the figures.
I've looked at the system.
And it works.
Works. Wilder conning people into contracts. You trotting around with your little organization charts. Well, it's all finished.
There's more than one way to run a business.
Oh, no, there isn't. There's just his way.
Look, if you don't like...
I know. I've heard it often enough.
Well, Henderson crawled out, and I'll get rid of Wilder. Between us, we'll put the firm to rights.
Between us?
Providing you show a little more sense and see things my way.
Jayston, would you get me a very large drink?
Kenneth, now listen to me.
No, damn your eyes! In my own house, you will listen to me! Sorry. All right. Why is it so important to run Bly's your way? Come on. Why? You know, what's it for?
That's an idiot's question. Jayston, tell him. Why does anybody build anything?
Oh, no, not that. No, don't please give me the family slop about building for me and my children. You know, it's nice and it warms my heart, but it's patent arrant rubbish.
You think that? After 40 years?
Now stop reciting the calendar. It's about time. And look at the truth. You built Bly's as an image to you, and you want to keep on polishing it all by yourself, this monument to the pig-headedness you call luck, to circumstances like the war that you call business skill, to the megalomania you call tradition.
And don't. Let's stop this now, please.
Don't worry, Jayston. I see now. What has Wilder been putting you up to?
Oh. Nothing, no. That's just it. This is all me, all on my own. Something you'll never admit, much less tolerate.
I don't believe you.
No, you never will. So, try this. I'm leaving Bly's.
Okay, let's stop this.
I've heard that before, too.
I've just bought out Joe Ryan.
Oh. What with?
I intend to sell the 15% of Bly's left to me and my brother.
You?
What? And didn't she know what she was doing when she left me clear title to that?
You're going to try to run Joe Ryan's.
Let him finish, Cass.
I bought Ryan's. There's the agreement.
Oh, that scribble isn't legal.
Well, you know Joe Ryan, it's legal as far as he's concerned. I never have to tap on your office door again. I never have to watch you in one of these armchairs laying down your version of the law. Bly's is all yours, Father. Just as you wanted it.
All right, Kenneth. Thank you for phoning me. I'll see you later. We'll talk about it then. That was Kenneth Bly. He was either gloating or warning. I don't know which.
I should have thought you'd have been in a tearing hurry to get to the office today of all days, considering the circumstances.
Oh, no. Caswell will have his sticky octopus grip on the routine detail. I can relax and concentrate on essentials.
Well, in that case, I might motor up to town with you. I'm going to have pre-luncheon drinks with Don Henderson. I'd like to keep up with my old admirers.
Well, if you're holding a salon, you might invite Charles Granger. Then I'll come. I'd like a word with friend Granger.
It was good of you to come to meet me this morning, Justine.
Oh, Cats, don't be so stuffy and formal. Of course I met you. Why don't you talk to Ken?
What about? It's all been said.
So I suppose it has.
That's why we are both on the way to the lawyers to set up a trust fund for you and the children.
There's no need.
I say there is. I know you mean well, Justine, and I thank you. We've come full circle. Dried up little men, signatures, witnesses, sentences without commas.
Cass, there really isn't any need. I mean, we know. I know, and the children know that isn't changed. You're still just as you've always been.
All my life, I've looked after my own, and I'll go on doing it. I'm seeing Revich later. I don't want any hostages to fortune getting in my way.
Probably Caswell will frisk me personally at the main entrance. There'll be a short chorus of bye-bye Blackbird, and that will be that.
I must say, Don, you don't sound very concerned.
Oh, we've not heard. I'm going with Kenneth, who've taken over a redriven piling firm called Ryan's. This is a celebration.
Well, congratulations. I'm delighted. I wish you'd have told me. I'd have worn a bigger hat. Suitably imposing.
I must say, I'm looking forward to it.
Would it be a big, change for you? After Bly's has got furlong?
Oh, so much the better. Oh, Banner, there's room for all sorts of animals in the business jungle. There's, red in tooth and claw boys like John, mad elephants like Caswell. I want to be one of those, small furry objects that hangs upside down and sleeps most of the time.
What about Caswell? What will he do?
Something drastic, I should think. Wish I knew.
I don't know what to say, Caswell. I really don't.
It's a simple enough proposition.
Extremely surprising. Would you care for a glass of sherry?
No, thank you.
No.
I own 55% of Bly Construction Limited. I want to sell it.
Require a great deal of thought.
Why? Albertsons, through you, already have 30%. Now, do you want the rest or don't you? If that was a good buy, then this is a better one.
It's a very large transaction.
So, you'll make a very large profit. Isn't that what a merchant bank is supposed to do? Now, whoever I sell it to will have total control. You're the logical customer.
Why are you selling?
Well, that needn't concern you. The books are in order. The profits are going up. Company's healthy enough.
I have to know. If you're serious about this, I've investment interests to consider.
No, it needn't concern them either.
Now be reasonable, Caswell. Blye's worth £30 million at current prices. We want all the cards on the table.
Very well. My son is leaving the business. He's selling his holdings and setting up on his own.
That's no reason
So,
to...
what else is there? Why keep it on?
I'm sorry to hear about
No, there's nothing to be sorry about. I'm facing a certain pointlessness. I want to get out. End of the line.
I'm still sorry. Obviously, I must accept your offer.
I thought you would.
It's a very attractive business proposition.
Yes, you can call it that. 40 years of my life. An attractive business proposition.
I didn't mean...
No, I know you didn't. Well, that's settled then. There are two conditions of sale. I want John Wilder out of Bly's, and I want him off the board of the merchant bank. Otherwise, no sale.
I'm not sure I can agree to that. Bly's, perhaps?
Both. You'll agree to it. You won't be able to afford to do anything else.
Well, I'm not sure it's necessary.
I am. Nothing beats ownership, Ravage. Nothing. And Wilder is out. Think it over. I'll be back at 5.
My holdings in Bly's are marketable. There'll be no trouble selling them. This I can hand over to you.
Bly and Henderson, Region Piling Limited. Well.
It'll still be called Ryan. I'm a little tired of the family albatross around my neck.
Plus the goodwill of the Ryan name. Well, you and Don are hardly exports.
I'll lose some contracts because of change. I expect to. We'll get others.
That might not be so easy in the present squeeze.
I appreciate avuncular advice, John. Now, what's the point? What do you really want?
I want a 7-day option to purchase your 15% holding in Bly's.
What? Where would you find £4.5 million?
I'm talking about an option, Kenneth. This isn't a sale.
Why, to help you drop Caswell? Oh, no, I'm sorry.
You can add up. You've had enough practice. Albertsons hold 30%, your father holds 55%. So even with your 15%, I wouldn't be up to his ankle.
Well, why should I? Certainly not for Auld Lang Syne.
Give me an option for 7 days, that's all.
All right. Why should I?
Because I will then sign the subcontracts between Bly's and Ryan's, giving your new firm 2 years guaranteed work, and I'll backdate them till last week and save you a lot of the sales legwork, which you're not very good at, and you know it. Subcontracts were your idea in the first place, remember, before Caswell came galloping back, breathing fire.
7 days. All right, I don't see any harm in it.
Good. There you sign subcontracts.
I can't stay at lunch, I'm afraid. The notice was rather short.
Well, I'm only pleased you could come at all, Charles. John seemed to set great store by it.
Yes, he must be having a tricky passage just now. I'll do what I can, of course. Did he say what particular favour he wanted to ask this time?
No, just a word. It didn't seem very succulent.
Well, as I say, I'll do what I can.
Hello, Charles. How are you? Nice to see you in the open for once. That's a very peculiar hat. Did your mother leave it behind?
My Prince Charming at last.
Sorry to hear about your troubles, John.
Oh, you shouldn't be. You started them. You did it very well.
I'll accept the compliment. I wish I knew what it was for.
Oh, come on, Charles. You set me up for Caswell, and you know it.
Obviously, I was involved in talks on the NEB.
Talks is the word. I was in Italy yesterday, Charles. Bly's are now out of the consortium.
They can't be. The Treasury's too far in. Overseas funds are committed.
Well, you have to wave them goodbye, won't you?
Are you serious?
I'm never anything else these days. When you get back to your office, there'll be a large, smelly pigeon in your in tray. Now, it doesn't actually have my name on it, but I want you to know who the sender is, if only to keep up my reputation for paying my debts.
This is a pretty childish, destructive way of carrying on, isn't it?
I agree, but I didn't start it. If you're going to organize shipwrecks, Charles, you must expect to get your feet wet.
Let's go. Nice to see you, Edmund.
Well, makes a change from the usual pre-luncheon platitudes, I'll say that for it.
Hmm? Oh, that, yes, I suppose it does.
Excuse me, Lady Wilder. Sir John, I've got 2 important messages for you. First, Mr. Gibbon of Infells is extremely interested in your offer.
Good, so he should be.
And Sir Gordon Redridge would like to see you in his office at 5 o'clock sharp.
Thank you, Miss Lingard. Oh, they're not wasting much time.
Don't want to disturb you.
Oh, no, you're not doing. No, sit down. Just exercising your usual knack, cropping up when needed.
Well, thought we might have lunch.
Good. Yes, fine. Yes. Then go home. The place is like a graveyard.
Yes. I've been with Cass all the morning. He rang up.
All right. Don't look so guilty about it. Well?
Well, what?
The arguments, the reasons?
He didn't give me any. He hasn't sent me in here to plead. He has set up a trust fund for me and the children. And he put me into a taxi.
Good. Fine. Did he say anything?
Yes. Just after he kissed me goodbye, he said, "Vanity of vanities. All is vanity," said the preacher. And then he stood on the pavement for a long time, watched me go.
It's the only way, Justine. I had to pull out. It's the only way.
Yes, I know that, Ken. He knows it too, and he's accepted it. But he wants to say he's sorry. He just doesn't know the words.
And that's the situation.
We can dispense with the mumbling, Gordon.
I was trying to explain.
Explain what? Caswell has offered you Blythe on a market price plate, provided you boot me off it and the bank board.
What else did you expect, Wilder?
Nothing. Nothing at all. You have all the strength. Why not use it?
I am. I told you I would.
Well, since we're all selling up, let's see what I've got.
You've got nothing. A golden handshake will buy you. And the amount is written in your contract, £20,000.
Better than a watch and a testimonial for a start.
And finish.
Oh, no. No, look, long means. You don't warn people like me, Caswell. I've had 2 days.
What else can there be?
The Italian consortium.
That's not yours.
Nor yours. Now that you've sold Blythe.
There's an agreement on that. I've seen it.
With a change of management clause. I'm out, Ken's out, and Don is out. And the Italians don't know Caswell from an old man peddling tombstones. So, Blythe's out.
Who did you sell it to? Your friend Haggadan?
No, to a charming West German firm. The negotiating fee was 100,000.
What? You can't.
I have done. It's not only legal, it's honest. If I hadn't told the consortium, they'd have sued you bloodless.
Seems a highly selfish form of honesty to me.
The only sort there is.
Oh, the tallyman's creed. Oh, so you're entitled to scratch around for a few pickings. Won't make any difference. Sign your resignation and get out.
In my own time, as always.
Got 120,000 out of it. What more do you want?
I want 150,000 for this, after tax. It's a 7-day option to purchase Kenneth's holding in Blythe.
He'd never give you that.
He has done. Tear it up if you like. It is photostat.
7 days. We can wait until the option expires.
I'm tired of you treating me like a simpleton, Redditch. You give me what I ask for that, or else I'll take that option to Infells, thus giving 15% of Blythe to its biggest competitor.
Bluffing.
There's the phone. I presume you know how to use it. The firm is Infels. The managing director's name is Henry Gibbon. He's expecting a call.
If that's the case, there's really
I'll take a
nothing-
certified check. Now, somebody said something about resignations. Where do I sign?
I've waited a long time for this.
And paid a high price for it. You're an arrogant, destructive old man, Caswell. But if you're going to tear down the building, I'm going to make damn sure that I escape with some of the bricks.
You've lost. Wrap it up how you like. You've lost, Wilder.
Yes. But with enough money to soak up most of the blood. It's a big marketplace. I'll find a pitch somewhere. Good day, gentlemen.